Over the past few months, the climate of the UK theme park industry has changed drastically. From budget cuts to closures to new intellectual properties, it's a tough time to be an enthusiast in this nation. But where did this all begin? And what is the future landscape of theme parks in the UK? Join me in this video as we beg the question, what is happening to UK theme parks? Let's start the video by looking back a few years to COVID-19. The pandemic took a massive toll on the UK parks, with all of the parks across the nation delaying or cancelling their open by at least a few months in 2020. Many investments such as Gangster Granny the Ride at Alton Towers, Black Mirror Labyrinth at Thorpe Park and Tornado Springs at Paultons Park were pushed back to 2021, resulting in a year's loss on these attractions, particularly harmful for Paultons, costing them £12 million to construct. Parks did gradually reopen as restrictions eased, but financially it seemed as though many parks are still struggling to recover to this day. Moving onwards, it's been clear from the general feel of certain parks, mainly Alton Towers, that something has been off in the last few seasons. This seems to be an issue with Merlin in general, who have been implementing cutbacks for years now, including scheduled and seasonal ride operations and charging more for bad quality food, but the 2025 season has implemented the biggest ones yet. Not only are certain events cancelled, such as Oktoberfest at Alton Towers, and shows such as the Pirates of Skeleton Bay at Legoland, but operations have been poor across some of the parks and do not seem to be stopping anytime soon. I visited Towers in summer 2024 and struggled to get on Oblivion and the Smiler across 2 days due to poor availability, as well as waiting over 100 minutes for both Wicker Man and 13 due to over half an hour long breakdowns. At Merlin there are deeper issues, such as staff cutbacks and changes in management, with previous CEO Scott O'Neill stepping down and Fiona Eastwood stepping up in February. O'Neill, however, didn't really do much for the company as a whole during his time as CEO, and instead seemed to run the company downwards rather than moving it up, which explains his decision to step down. The company seems to be at a difficult place at this point in time, and I can only hope that this gradually picks up, and with the new Toxicator flat ride at Alton Towers opening this month, this could be a step in the right direction. It's not just Merlin that are struggling, however. Blackpool Pleasure Beach have now opened for 2025 with 5 rides planned to be closed all season, including Red Arrow Skyfalls, one of their most intense flat rides. This could just be a one-off for Pleasure Beach, or it could be a complete removal. However, construction has allegedly been spotted on the site in recent days, so this could be a sign that Skyfalls will not open again. From a southerner's perspective, Blackpool Pleasure Beach seems to be a cohesive and well-run park, following recent investments such as Icon, the refurbished Valhalla, and now the new Launchpad theme taking over Ice Blast. However, it seems there is more to the park's struggles than it seems. I've only ever visited Blackpool Pleasure Beach once, and on my visit in 2023, ride availability was strong and food and beverage options seemed reasonable for a theme park, so to hear of their struggle this year came as a surprise to me. As well as struggles at Pleasure Beach, Oakwood Theme Park in Wales have announced in recent days that they will not be opening for the 2025 season and that they have closed the park with immediate effect. This has been an ongoing issue at the park ever since they were saved from closure by Aspro in 2008. Since then, the park have invested over £25 million, but due to increased costs, decreasing visitor numbers and the current business environment, they have made the difficult decision to close the park, seemingly for good. This was upsetting for me to see, as I've never been able to visit Oakwood and experience iconic UK attractions such as Megaphobia and Speed. This just adds to the list of independent theme park closures in recent years, which also includes Flambards in Cornwall, which closed for the same reasons in November of 2024. The reason for this intense economic climate is one that is far too deep to delve into, involving historic political decisions and poor regulation of inflation rates, but in the theme park industry, these mishaps are proving to be fatal. Due to increasing costs of everyday life across the UK, everyday people are struggling to find the money to have days out to a theme park, and when inflation strikes the park themselves on top, it adds more and more to the cost of a simple day out. Take Alton Towers for example. This season, a standard day pass for a Saturday is around £39. The park is open from 10 AM to 6 PM, giving 8 hours of ride time, but given Tower's availability at this point in time, the amount of rides you actually get on could be questionably low. On top of the costs of 2 adults and 2 children to visit, there are travel costs, merchandise costs, food and drink costs, and parking costs. While there are ways to have a cheap day out, a lot of families don't have the opportunity often and want to get the most out of their visit. This would mean that a standard day out for 2 adults and 2 children would come to a minimum of £166 without food, drinks or merchandise. The state of the UK theme park market is mind-boggling to me at the minute, and it won't stop in 2025. Universal are inches away from securing the rights to construct their UK theme park in Bedford after having acquired the land needed to build the park. While on one hand this is great news for UK enthusiasts, as we'll finally have a major large-scale American resort-style theme park in the UK, but on the other, it's difficult to see how this will benefit smaller parks in the UK. Universal Studios Great Britain will undoubtedly become the most popular park in the nation, but smaller parks will lose even more popularity. I fear for independently owned theme parks like Paultons Park and Blackpool Pleasure Beach, as well as smaller chain-owned parks like Drayton Manor and Pleasurewood Hills, as the focus on these parks are at risk of disappearing. As well as being the most powerful and popular park in the UK if Universal goes ahead, it will also put stress on Merlin to keep up with the market, and we've already seen preparation for this. Chessington World of Adventures seems to be the main park stepping up to match Universal's offering, evident in their future plans for a Minecraft themed area to replace Wild Asia, a new Minecraft hotel, and a new immersive and interactive land replacing Mexicana, coming in 2026. While these investments seem positive from the perspective of moving the park forwards, Chessington are also losing key parts of their history, including Scorpion Express, formerly known as the Runaway Mine Train, which was an opening day attraction of the park, and Wild Asia, a family favourite since 2010 due to Cobra. While the ride will be staying and being rethemed to Minecraft, Scorpion Express has already been demolished and scrapped, along with the rest of Mexicana to follow. These parts of the park did need redevelopment, but I wish that Chessington had gone with entirely original themes. This is something Chessington aren't doing at the minute, and it's evident in their last 7 to 8 years of investment, including the Gruffalo and Room on the Broom IPs, retheming the Flying Jumbos ride to Elmer the Elephant, and building World of Jumanji on the previous picnic site. While previous areas seem to make sense to build, Minecraft seems like panic stations to me. Merlin know that Minecraft will bring in a global audience to their park, but it's in question as to whether it's really the best move for the park in terms of original experience and immersion. As well as Chessington, Thorpe Park are also making plans to improve their offering, mainly in the form of new hotel plans, new entertainment plans, and the removal of the Slammer, which is now complete. For me, Thorpe has been the one to watch in previous years, proving its place as the best park in the UK, and that will hopefully continue with a new hotel on the lakeside, as well as future developments on the site of the Slammer, where we'll hopefully see a new flat ride. It's certainly an interesting topic to discuss, but it's undeniable that the market across the UK is in a very difficult place right now, and I can only hope that this improves. Since I was young, theme parks have been my favourite day out and an interest I have maintained, so I hope that they can eventually regain the magic and immersion that made them so special all those years ago. Thank you for watching this video, and I invite you to discuss in the comments what you think about the current climate of UK theme parks. Thanks for joining me this time, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.